Child, when I tell y'all I just walked in the door, I just walked in the door. I literally just walked in the door. Bo over exuberantly, uh, he listen, it's a whole situation. Things have gone awry. Child, let me get this Bayer back in body for whatever's happened on my lip. Listen, like it is gouged. It is gouged. The poor, I literally walked in the door like maybe 15 minutes ago. I had another basically 12-hour work day. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I know there's water here somewhere. Found some. Oh my gosh. Am I still muted? Am I still muted or not? Can you hear me or no? Let me know. Because I took it off. I'm like, let me know. How will I know if you can hear me? Thank you. That's okay, Felisa. Listen, I'm gonna be struggling to talk around this. He at the same time, it always happens like this. You every time at the same time I'm bending down, he jumps up. And I don't know if you've ever felt the full force, like it's already starting to give me a headache, the full force of like a 70-pound pit bull, like in full leap mode. Oh gosh, I gouged my lip like with my sharp, sharp teeth. So let me, it was glorious today. Didn't even hit 90. Didn't even hit 90. I was like, yo, yo. Oh my God. Dog skulls are so hard. It is, it's just like, it feels like you got hit by a truck almost. And I can actually say, I mean, I hit the truck, but yeah, it's about the same. It's about the same. Like, I don't know if y'all know, I was in a motorcycle accident, 2014. I still continued to ride after that. I just like lost my motorcycle in the divorce. So before I get started, y'all know let me drankety drinks. Before I get started, you know the drill. Before I start saying hello to everybody and all the good things, you know I have to pay the bills. You know I have to say what's up to the patrons and channel members who have been wonderful and patient while I try to get everything together. So, I appreciate everybody who can come along. Remember, September is going to be a little wonky. I think I'm going to try to get in where I fit in. I'm hoping to do a patrons and channel member live only, in which, depending on M's schedule and my schedule, I guess together, we're going to talk about makeup. We're going to talk about indie brands. We're just really going to like have a nice time, just chit chatting, because my friend Jen had, oh my God, no, I love that name, Fat, Fierce, and Over 50 Elizabeth. I love that. I love that with like my entire being. Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to get it together after like getting like beat up by my dog. I'm gonna go to work tomorrow. That's a good thing I'm not in a relationship. Look how much it's swelling as we're talking. Jeebus jeez. Alan, thank you. Thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate it. Listen, um, I used to hate like I had this like hatred for cold, and now I'm elderly and I like it. Did y'all see Peter's new video, BT Dubs, before I get started? Like, well, there's a bunch of new videos, but there's one in which somebody was trying to call him elderly. And Peter, if you watch this, I just want to tell you, like, I proudly proclaim myself as elderly. And I'm 43. Like, I am elderly. This isn't regular coffee. This coffee has Bailey's in it. And that's a requirement at this point. Yesterday, I worked 12 hours, so I moved the stream to today thinking that things would be better. I was incorrect, and it was another 12-hour day today, but I didn't want to move the stream because I missed y'all. and I wanted to come, chill, hang out, chitty chat. Um, Also, big news, big news, big news. Wait, wait, wait. Let me see if I can get this together to pull it up because this news is huge. Now, I don't know if y'all saw. Wait, I hate it when I say y'all and then saw because then I say y'all saw. Anyways, I don't know if you saw it. There we go. I knew that there were double L's. Let me pull it up. You're never going to guess what I called. See, and I feel like there's so many of y'all who either you change your names or you like lurk, which is lovely either way. But I don't know if I've just never paid attention to it or, again, ADHD can make me be like, I just discovered this. My when you have ADHD, it's like you're Christopher Columbusing everything. So hold on, let me see if I can actually present this like I'm somewhat almost kind of maybe professional. Guess who is back, y'all? Before we get into like all of the thingy things with what is it? Love is blind. Look who's back. Beauty with Ashley is back. I'm gonna pause this. I don't want to like take anything from her video. I just want you to see her pretty face. She is back. I spoke her into existence. If y'all are not subscribed, and I will put information for y'all to like subscribe. If you're not subscribed to her, please do. It was her. She is the very specific reason that I ended up uh learning all the stuff about Jefferson Starfish. Beauty with Ashley is the reason that I like was like, oh my god, I didn't know this guy was a monster. Because up until that point, I was like, I don't really see why people really like watch him all the time because it was too much for me. I was like, this is a lot. But like, I was also sorry if I'm a loud drinker. I apologize. But Beauty with Ashley's back. I felt like I spoke her into existence because I literally talked about her in the video, talking about like James Charles trying to reinvent himself. I think the name of the video is Reinventing James Charles. And I talked about her, and Beauty with Ashley is back. And I'm so freaking excited because I love her points of view. She's so beautiful. And she's one of those people that if you disagree with her, she's not like, oh, whatever. She doesn't like block like that. She doesn't do all that. So it's just, I am ecstatic. Like this was like I feel like one of my real first drama channels, but she tended to do like more she would get unready more than ready. She would get unready, her Freeman's mask. This was a whole thing. She has a beautiful daughter. I did not realize so much time had passed. Her baby girl is so big and it's like I feel like I feel more elderly than I did before because I'm like, oh my God. The last time I saw her baby girl, I was like, it was just baby, 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 baby. Now she walks and talks. It's wild, 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 wild. Let me come in here and say hello right quick. Hi, Felisa. Hi, 93 Run. Hi, Ava. Hi, Adela. Ava, I like that you like the recaps because this recap is going to be relatively short because it's really just about the after the altar. Hi, Darbstar, Miranda. Hi. I think I got everybody who like I saw at the beginning. Virtual Lamb. Hi. Fat, fierce, and over 50, Elizabeth. I love you. I'm so excited. I'm gonna keep that in here now. No dog bump, but cat scratches very close to my eye. It was a misunderstanding. You know what? If I think it might be this eye, I have a scar like on my eyelid. I don't know. Yeah, I think it might be this one. I can't remember. From a cat scratch. It was really upsetting. I panicked when it happened because like I felt the cat like run across my eye, and I held my hand over my eye for probably hours. I wouldn't go look because I was terrified I was going to see my eyeball through there. And I just wasn't really about that life. And I also didn't have insurance. So it was like, if I lose my eye, I lose my eye. America. So, so y'all, here is the thing. This after the altar was by and large the most boring. And I get that like some people have been like, well, I guess it's a good thing because it means that they're like getting along or whatever. And like, yeah, I'm glad they're together, but if there is no drama, first of all, don't try to make some. But most importantly, if there is no drama, then don't drag this out for like I feel like it was 3 or 4 episodes. I can't remember how many episodes it was, but it was all episodes too long. So what it is, if you don't know, first of all, if you're not familiar with Love is Blind, what Love is Blind is, it's a dating show where you get married and you meet each other in these like pods in a storage shed. Listen, if I'm the one who pitches a show, I'm like, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put people in a storage shed. Okay. They can't see each other, but they can hear each other and they're gonna fall in love with words. And then you propose. It's 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks that they're in these ponds? And they just chitty chat and they don't talk about the important things. Most of them don't. Things like religion, which would have been important for some folks, especially like last season. Like not 4, but season 3 would have been important to know that information, I feel like, you know. And the thing is, you never see them until after you propose and they accept the proposal and then they come out and then like they hug. Sometimes those are really awkward. Like I need to start compiling the list of the most awkward like when they meet and they're like, "Oh, sorry." Cuz they always make me laugh. You can completely tell when a person's like, "Oh, that's not what I thought you looked like." And they're just having like a situation. So I like yes. And what's her face? And the guy who looked like an elf kinda. He looked a little elfin. Elvin. Do we say Elvin? Elvin Town. Yeah, I think it's Elvin. So, that's not even an actual song. I was just like putting a ditty together and like trying to throw the word in, and that's how I knew. Anyways, but you know what I'm talking about? Oh gosh. And he ended up dating beep bop, and she was disrespected by I listen. It literally sounds like my brain is short circuiting. But that one guy who was completely horrible, he was right, but he was awful. Um, but that was, like, seasons ago. Was that last season or the season before last? I cannot remember, but she was a blonde lady. She was super religious. He was not religious at all, and he was, like, willing to be religious because she was hot. But when they, like, met and she saw him, because there's Shane. It was the one with Shane who was, like, sweaty all the time. So we they do this after the altar. I first of all, I need to put up a poll of like who even likes Micah, please, because I don't like Micah. There's a bunch of reasons why I don't like Micah. I feel like she is messy. Number one, I feel like Micah is super messy for zero reason, like 100% of the time, and I hate it. Okay, I'm gonna put this poll up. Me, no way, and an option. Meh. Okay, start the poll because Micah is such a weird. She's so weird. She like when they showed up at the altar. So Micah was engaged to Paul. I should have got some pictures together, and I would have, but again, sorry, 12 hours. I really thought I would have time when I got home from work yesterday to do it. And then I was so wiped, like I barely ate, went to sleep. That's probably part of my headache. But when they're up at the altar, instead of her just saying yes, she's like, "You go first." And as soon as she did that, I was like, "He's not gonna marry you now." And not because of anything other than he just realized that he wanted somebody who wanted him and wasn't afraid to want him. Like, and he kind of said that. Like he was very much yes. A lot of people are like meh on Micah. Meh is winning. But like Micah just I just never understood her appeal. Like people were like, "Oh, she's hot." And I was like, "How?" I'm not saying she's not pretty. I'm saying she's not hot. But I also live in Texas, and there are and I feel like that is where the next Love is Blind is. By the way, Love is Blind season 5 is supposed to be in Houston. That's gonna be a whole mess because if that was filmed like anytime this year, these people are gonna be sweating, sweating. Shelby was the absolute worst. Hi, Kiara. Thanks for dropping in. Shelby is like a terrible friend. And I just feel like the thing about, ooh, thank you, Natalie. The thing about Micah was she was just never mature enough. And I think she felt like Paul was somebody that she could just like shift and move and change and make him become what she wants. So when we see her at the reunion, after the altar situation, she's still friends with his mom, which I feel like is weird and messy because like you're not even married. You didn't get married. You don't have any kids. You didn't get divorced. Why are you still friends with his mom? I always find that so strange. Like, I know some people are friends with their ex's moms or parents or whatever. And I find it weird because why? What is the point? Especially if you're not really friends with the person you were dating, with your ex. Why are you doing that? Ooh, is it gonna be Miami? Yee. They're all gonna be sweaty. I love these seasons. I love the seasons when they're in someplace hot because like they're sweating so profusely like all the time. I know it's not nice to laugh, but they are just like everybody, and they all have that like upper lip sweat bead, and it's just hard to be sexy when you're just like. So this is the thing, Stephen. Stephen asked, do people go on the show to authentically, seriously try to find love, or is this just some kind of modern real world situation? It depends. Some people, like Tiffany, do go there to find love. And there are some people where this is like their last ditch effort. I feel like this is the show where like essentially people are like, if I cannot find a person this way, I am finished dating. Like this is it. This is the end. I'm not going to push any further. Reason being like finding love is hard, but there's also Irina. And Irina very obviously to me felt like she was there to be on a reality show. Like that, like, and that's the hard part because let me see how I can say this without being reality shows like this need people who want to be on a reality show because they're going to bring the drama, but they also need people who really want to be in love. It's the reason why The Bachelor doesn't work. There's a multitude of reasons why The Bachelor doesn't work and The Bachelorette doesn't work. There's like 1,000 of them. And I could really start listing them like who wants to live in a house with everybody who's making out with your man or woman, like gross, disgusting. I'm going to throw up. If you come back being like, oh my God, we kissed. It was so magical. I'm like, bitch, we kissed. It was not. Ugh. Like, I can't. That's disgusting. The other thing is like these dates aren't who that person really is. They're set up by production. So like why like that's not even a good date. Like obviously it's not going to work out if they're not that romantic person. There's too many. So the point is for these shows to work, they're going to need drama. That's why this After the Altar was so dry because these people all came for love. Like now I feel like Chelsea is really still like it just feels like she's like, because Halloween is coming, right? You know how you put like like those little sticky things on the mirror and you're like a sticky handed spider or whatever, and you put it on your window so that people can be like, that's what Chelsea reminds me of with Kwame. Like Kwame literally is just like I feel like every time she's talking, it's him not really looking at her, like, looking directly at her. He always seems to be kinda side-eyeing her. Like, she'll be over here being like, "No," like, this is Chelsea, the mic is Chelsea, she's talking about, like, all the things he's done and, like, da 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 da, and he'll go and there's just something, like, I just don't feel like, they're like, "We made it a year." I'm like, "But will you make it 2?" And that's the other thing, Heather. For anybody listening, Heather said, "Aren't most of these people conventionally attractive?" Like, I know it's called Love is Blind, but they aren't unattractive. Exactly. And that's a big issue too, because I don't think that they should be all unattractive. I think that they should be what people in there would. I think that the way that this should actually work, my opinion, is that they handpick, let's say, 5 people. And of those 5 people, they then find 2 people that would potentially be their mate. And they would communicate, like, each person, like, I'm person 1 and I have 2 people. And those 2 people are only gonna be talking to me. Oh, that was okay. Those 2 people are only gonna be talking to me. And I'm figuring out which one of them I would like. And at the end of my 2-week period, I choose between those 2 people on which one I'm going to marry. And that person would be very specifically attractive to you, if that makes sense. Right? Because, like, if I were on the show and they brought me a man, I would want him to look like a rat, like that rat kind of looking man. Do you know what I mean? That, like, look radish, rat, you know? Or like Buggy. So, yeah, like, I need them to look like Adrian, the guy who, you know what I mean? The guy from Predators, the lead actor in Predators, Adrian something. I cannot remember anything today. Sorry, y'all. My mind is like not doing all the things. It's not firing on all of its um cylinders. But look, is it getting bigger as I'm talking? Okay. Oh, girl. Now you know that this is a reality show. You know they ain't gonna do that. They're not gonna have any plus size people on this. Well, I will say this. I think that they've had people on the spectrum before. They just did not know that. And I don't think the person knew that either. Because they had one woman on and she was saying stuff where I was like, girl. She's like, I don't really like to be touched. Adrian Brody, Natalie, Natalie and Kinko. Thank you. Adrian Brody. I love that everybody is like, yes, like a rat. I like that. There is. And like, I and see, and it's not my like, here's what I will definitely for sure say. I would be the wrong person to even ask what people would consider chubbier because I am a fairly scrawny ass bitch. Like I'm kind of scrawny. Like this is my wrist. Like I'm a fairly scrawny person. So, and I say this because since I'm not part of the plus size community, I don't like to speak over people who are plus size and be like, oh, that person's plus size. And then like they're just not. It's just like perspective. So I would want to make sure that somebody else who knows is able to say like, yeah, this person is or is not plus size. Because like I've learned so much from people who explain like the differences in between different types of plus size and why there are certain types of plus size that are always advertised because their fat is evenly distributed in a very specific way. So then that's considered more acceptable. So like y'all teach me all the time. And I appreciate that. It is majestic. I love a good nose. Okay. Noses are my favorite. It's a weird thing to be attracted to, but if I'm oh my god. Ugh. Like if it's with men, noses. 100%. But to be fair, a lot of parts of men are not attractive. Women overall are just delicious, but, like, men are like, "Ugh." Like, almost everything about them is gross, and then, I have found a man attractive, and then I saw his hands, and I was like, "Bleh." I was like, "Absolutely." I was like, "I don't like the way your nail beds are," and, like, that's literally it, like, I got the ick from their nail beds. Like, I've gotten the ick from seeing a man eat. I don't I can't really think of things that women give me the icks for, though. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I like my nose. Your whole face is beautiful. Shut up. Shut your beautiful face. See, okay, so here's the thing. I like Adam Driver's nose, but not on his face, if that makes any sense. I know that's a wild take, but, like, I don't appreciate the entire package. I'm sorry. So anyways, I'm so sorry. I go up on these little tangents. Excuse me. Anybody listening to this, like, congratulations for making it this far into this wild little tangent of a ride trying to talk about how terrible that this was. But, like, Mike is still talking to Paul's mom. Don't know why. Paul's mom's over here, like, willing to put a hit out on the girl that Paul is apparently talking to outside of Micah. Micah couldn't really make her mind up as to whether or not she wanted Paul. And here's the thing, real talk, I think Micah just wants Paul to want her so that she can not want him, if that makes sense. She's like, I want you to want me, but I don't want to want you. So, like, that reminds me of what's his face with the squishy face, David Beckham. Listen, if somebody does that, that would be awesome. An image of me hanging out with Adam Driver's nose, like, going on dates. Um, Owen Wilson's nose doesn't do it for me because it's in too many pieces. I'm sorry. It's just yeah. My thoughts on Crispin Glover is that, like, I know that he was supposed to be super weird in, the what is that movie with the girls and the fighting? That It's So Sweet Charlie's Angels? Dug it. Even down to him snatching out her hair and sniffing it and then letting out that high-pitched squeal. I understand that my taste in what I find attractive is upsetting, okay? But it is what it is. Lucy Liu in Kill Bill, delicious. I don't know how many times I can say that I absolutely adore the evil character in literally everything. My heart breaks most of the time when the evil guy or gal is killed. I'm like, "Oh, why do you have to do that?" Yes, because I feel like is that the second one? Because in the other one, the Irish gentleman lost it. I was like, "Oh, yeah, beat me up, sir. Not really. Not in real life. That's fantasy. Leave me alone." This is why women and femmes do not share their fantasies because men, cishet men, just make it bad. So, anyways, stream rating celebrity to listen. Here's what we'll do. We'll have like a wild card stream. We can do that if y'all are like underneath. When this live is done, if you'll put comments in there, I'll go through all of them and like I'll grab pictures and we will chill and we will talk about them because good times. Cause like, yes, listen, I my favorite thing is when people make fan cams of him. Lose my mind. So that's like Micah and Paul, which they are not even together. And like the whole thing is mostly boring. This is what it should have been. They literally should have had the entire after because I don't care what happened with anybody because it wasn't dramatic. Nothing happened. Everybody's still together. Everybody's still in love. I love Bliss and Zach though. 100,000%. I love them when they got together. I know that people have their thoughts and feelings on him having like proposing to her after the fact. And I swear to you that I think that Zach did it because, and I said this, I swear I said this back in the day. I said he only didn't choose Bliss because she sounds like a nerd and he thought she might not be attractive. I swear that's why he was going to choose Bliss if he didn't think like she because Bliss is always like over here, like me and Zach are like really together. Like we are so in sync and like she like you know what I mean? Like her whole voice, it's off-putting a bit. She's gorgeous. But I swear to you, the only reason he chose Irina is because he thought that Bliss might be ugly. He really did. He was like, I think that yes, I'm gonna start calling him that. Goblin streams. I think I'm gonna start calling them that. Thank you, Daddy Log. We'll just start having like a goblin stream. But like Bliss, like I swear to you, that's why. Like, listen, Zach in his like intense eye contact. Do y'all remember that? Like the way he's like, just staring at you and blinking. I'm like, "Can you look away? Can you look elsewhere?" It's so awkward. Like, it's so stressful for him. Like, and I'm just watching the show and I was like, "Bro, can you blink? Like, are you okay?" He is a little bit creepy. Zach is a little creepy. He doesn't seem like a bad person. You're right, but he just like he has like a little bit of a like he's just awkward. And like him and Bliss's like awkward, weird nerd thing, like they're perfect together. Like as soon as they got together, I was like, "Oh my god, this is love. This right here, these two people, they need to get together. If they want to have babies, they can make a bunch of like little nerd babies because I feel like those two, if anybody should have like five nerd babies, it's them like if they want to have five nerd babies. I'm not like wishing them to have children. If they don't want to have kids, they don't have to have kids, like whatever it is. But like I'm just saying. But it's like I feel like they because everybody was looking at Tiffany and her man's, but like, they're boring, and, like, I expected that, like, I don't know, I just expected them to be really happy together. I was just really happy to see that Zach and Bliss were, like, so joyful, although I did not like the way they punked us out and tried to make it seem like they were going to, like, to the doctor to find out about having a baby. I was like, "No, absolutely not." And personally, if I wouldn't wanna hang out with Chelsea and Kwame, but that's me because they don't seem interesting. Like, it would just be odd for me to hang out with a couple where every time Kwame's just, like, giving the side eye, like she's like, "Me and Kwame like that," and he's like, "I'm such a listen." Hi, Brittany. So, where they really should have done this is they should have just had the flag football situation because they all get together and they play flag football. They're trying not to they are very much aware since 3 seasons have passed, they're very much aware of how you're gonna be perceived, right? And that's the thing. I feel like you become very aware of how you're gonna be perceived, and it's why, oh, Deep T was her name. Deep T. Okay. So anyway, but it's one of the reasons why, Zanab I've never liked Zenab. I thought she was a gaslighter. She did just the worst things to that man. And I'm not saying that that man was perfect, but like I watched her realize in an instant like how she was going to be perceived, and from that moment on, she just kept flipping the script. That poor man. I felt bad for him, and for me to feel bad for a man, for me. So, anyways, yes, her parents knew because she is so, so pretty. Like, Bliss is so pretty. And like Zach knows that he has like just a bombshell on his little hands. So he better not mess that up because I'm gonna snap up. No, just kidding. No, thank you. Because I think she likes to, and I don't, you know. So, but they should have just done it from like it should have been at max 45 minutes long. They should have done the flag football because the drama really shows up when they all are like having the dinner. I feel like it was the birthday dinner. I feel like that was a birthday thing, and they're all there. And Josh and Jackie, that was the drama. So, first of all, I don't like Josh. Josh is annoying. He is irritating. He makes me wish that you can, like, that you could reach through his screen and just like poke someone in the eye because he's nauseating. Everything he does is just like the flag football part was boring, but at least they were like doing kind of something. And I don't, there's a whole part where they show Paul talking to someone and basically like they're both talking about moving to San Diego and like nothing comes of it. So I don't know why they showed it at all. Like it was really weird. Like they're she's like, "Oh yeah, we need to meet up when we're both in San Diego." Like but like nothing comes of it. Like there's no plan, there's no like just literally nothing happens. Um, Josh is so embarrassing. Like, how can you be an adult? Josh acts like if we were 17, like if and I mean in 1997, not these Gen Z 17-year-olds. I'm talking about like 1997 17-year-olds. Just irritating. Good night, Kiara. Just irritating as shit. Like everything he did was just annoying. And then just throwing things at our mouth. Like I don't know. I just felt like that's not grown. And like I'm a child. I'm a childish person and I like to do childish things, but then there's like time for romance and I just never really saw him being romantic. And when Jackie said she licks his cauliflower ears, I was like, "Girl, nobody needed to know that." Nobody. Nobody wanted to know about that at all. We were all fine. The fact that I heard that, I was like, "Bleh, girl, no, no, please." It's like somebody saying, like, they're just things that nobody needs to ever hear. And I just, ugh. I just switched from teaching high school to junior high. Josh is like a junior high kid, 13 years old. Like, it's wild to me. Like, why? What is his point? And so Jackie's also immature and I've heard from and I'm going to be doing my creator spotlight on them sometime this week. If I just need to be able to get time to put my little video together, but because they're great, they are a fantastic channel, and I love watching them. If you like watching me and you like reality shows, you're gonna love this channel. But like, yeah, Allie, 100%. Jackie is a selective pick me. She saw Josh and knew she was more attracted to him than Marshall. Exactly. And here's the thing. This is what bothers me about Jackie. And, when she's talking about getting dragged on the internet and all this stuff, I'm like, girl, here's the problem. The reason you're getting dragged isn't because you left Marshall. It isn't because you left him for Josh. The reason you're getting dragged is because the moment that you knew you weren't attracted to Marshall, you should have let it go. And I know that Marshall apologized. Like they had a whole talk at the dinner and it was really mature, but he was like, Marshall was basically like talking to Jackie. He pulled her aside and he was like, listen, I should have let things go. I shouldn't have kept trying to hold on. And all right, have a great night. And I actually like kind of wanted to pull that back from him and be like, actually, she knew from day none she wasn't attracted to you. Like y'all were on the honeymoon, she was like not attracted to you. Okay. Like she started realizing she didn't find you attractive. And as this goes on, she just gets progressively worse and she just keeps like pulling away. And yes, he should have let go, but she also wasn't saying what the issue was. She just kept being like, "Oh, I have anxiety. Oh, I'm stressed." And it was like, "Girl, just tell him you don't find him attractive." Why can't y'all do that? Why can't you just be like, "Listen, I feel like we did connect. We connected like here, you know what I mean? Here and like here we connected. But you are visually not what I want." And I'm not saying you're ugly. You're not ugly, but you are visually just not what I am attracted to. And just like leave it at that. Why are we playing little games? Why? I mean, obviously, you know, neurodivergent, autism, ADHD person here. So I just don't get it. I don't get why you wouldn't just say, yes, yes, Millie. She sabotaged the relationship to try and cover up the fact that she didn't find him attractive. Yeah. And it's just like, just tell him you don't find him attractive, because that was the mean thing, is that you just kept dragging him along and he kept trying and trying and trying, and it just kept getting him nowhere, and it kept making everything worse. And it's just like, just tell him you don't find him attractive, instead of like texting behind his back and doing all this bullshit. Be a grown up, like grow up. Now you're stuck with Josh and his like weaselly little ass talk about clout. So that's where we get into it. Now I can't remember this woman's name, but she had been engaged to Josh before Josh and Jackie got together. Oh, it's time to shave my face again. I just saw cheek hair. If they leave in the middle of the experience, though, they're fine. Yeah, well, see, I know that, but also it's only if you like leave without trying. I really think, like, I know that there's clauses, but I think that there's a way in which they could actually just be like, we're not making it. But and here's the thing, I hate reality shows sometimes for this shit, but I get why they do this, because what they're trying to avoid is people using a show for clout. I hate the word clout. There's something about saying it that makes me annoyed. Like the word alone, like the word clout pisses me off. Anyways, because it feels like Sunday at 8 p.m. Okay. So, and Marshall was too mature for her. And I just felt like, girl, just let it go, move on. And so then, if anybody remembers her name, but like this other woman had previously been engaged to Josh, because y'all know I'm bad at names and I've been terrible at them today. And she's just trying to like be back to being friends with Jackie. And Jackie's like, I guess, like, whatever. But like, I feel like this was made up drama. Thank you. Because he kept being like, Josh kept looking at me like she's just looking for clout. And everybody watching the show was like, from who? Because cerulean oxalis, is that how you say that? Because I've never said it out loud. And now I'm like, is that how you say it? Oh my God, that whole clout thing was ridiculous. The whole show is for clout. Everyone is there for it, but they're mad at this one girl who made some post. Period. Yeah, Wendy. And I just sat there being like, this seems unnecessary. Like the entire conversation for me seemed unnecessary. They didn't even need to be having this conversation, but I swear the show needed some kind of drama, because this is boring as shit. And at this point, I'm like, y'all don't have an after the altar if it's just like boring. Like, no offense, but you need to film these after the altars in a very specific way. If I were the one in charge of production for the show, the way that I would film it is I would film it two ways. One, everybody doing all the stuff and like blah, blah, blah. But I would also be filming it as just like being able to do a montage of catching up with everybody, and then like putting, little blurbs on how every couple is doing, and then like call it a day. Because like the party, whack. The party was whack. It was Monica. There we go. Because I'm like, God, I could not remember her name. I was just like, it was something, because the whole thing was contrived. It felt very much like producers were like, oh, you go talk to her about this. And Josh is just like yelling about clout. And I was like, bro, that's like if somebody made a video on me tomorrow, right? And I was like, they're just looking for clout. I have zero clout. Okay. There is no clout from me. Nobody's getting any off of me. Okay. I'm just like, this shit is boring. It's so boring. So, like, they should have what they really should have done was film it more like a quick catch up because the last one that was really, really interesting was the from season 1. Season 1 was, like, the best after the altar, and that's because nobody knew what they were doing. Now it's like, if there's a bunch of couples that are together and there's no drama, like, let's not we don't need all this. We don't need a boring ass flag football game, which was whack. Like, no contact? Of course you should be extra. Of course you should be extra. 100%. You should definitely be extra with the name. Listen, I only recently even learned how to say cerulean, so listen, I was excited, like, I feel like I learned it maybe, like, this year or last year because I took phonics. For those of you who are young, phonics was this program that was bad for us because it taught us to, like, see a word and then spell it out phonetically and say it phonetically. The problem with that is English is a shitty language, and if you do that, you won't be saying most things correctly. Yeah, like, I tried to watch like, Millie's been trying to get me to watch, the latest Ultimatum, and I don't I started trying to watch because here's why I can't watch The Ultimatum. Every time the show starts, these people are like, "I just need to know if we're gonna be together or not," and I'm like, "The answer is no. I just need y'all to understand that if you are in a relationship and you are putting down an ultimatum as to either we're getting married or we're breaking up, just break up. Just just break up. Um because there's quite literally no if you have gone to this length, the other person is they don't want to marry you. They don't want to. They don't want to marry you. If they wanted to marry you, they would. Whatever it is that's keeping because here's the thing about, like, love and relationships in general. If the other person really wants to be there and wants the same things you want, then there's literally nothing that's stopping them. The end. Like, there's nothing that's gonna stop them from wanting the thing. 100%, they're gonna be in. They're gonna wanna do the thing. But they will come up with literal like, if you are in a relationship with somebody and they are putting up obstacles all the time to that next step, they do not want the things you want. They love you, they don't wanna let you go, but they also don't want what you want. Whatever like, if you wanna move in together and they're like, "Oh, well, I just need to have a better job," or, "Oh, I need to do this," and, "Oh, I need to do" that, like, just let it go. Either be content with the fact that you're not gonna get what you want out of this relationship and stay with them and be sad and be annoyed you're not gonna get what you want and then be resentful and then become a passive aggressive asshole in the relationship, or let it go, break up, move on, enjoy your life because it doesn't make any sense at all for you to be doing this. Like, listen, I am really going to try. I won't make it 100%, but sorry for all the like the I'm still trying to talk around. Like, I gouged it. Good thing lip skin heals fast. Um But what I am gonna say is I am going to try with each episode is like after it's over and like come to a recap with y'all who want to watch it. We'll just have like a little recap crew. Uh, yeah, that's the whole listen. You said Brittany T said also the live chat they have is so fun. Speaking of the creator Mickey Atkins, the live chat they have is so fun. I kind of have more of a parasocial relationship with the chat than I do Mickey. No, but that's the point. That's why I love live chats because I feel like people all get to like chat with each other and you don't really like and I get to see what y'all are talking about and jump in and what I did watch the first that queer ultimatum. I did love the queer representation. The straights are in fact boring. I can get through it sometimes, but I guess what I'm trying to like if you're going to have an ultimatum, first of all, y'all need to have a real ultimatum. Okay. You need to have A couple that has been together for 13 years. He's 53, she's 47. Let's talk about it. Like, because why at 23 are you so eager to get married? Explain. Explain. Oh, I bet she does. I can't watch her because I like to do this kind of stuff, and I don't wanna, like, accidentally steal an opinion of hers. Like, I try really hard not to, like, snatch up her opinions. I'll watch them after I've done, like, a stream or whatever, and after I've talked about it. But, yeah, so in the end, this was, like, the worst one. I can't fathom how or why they thought, like, "This is perfect, ship it." I really hope that season 5 is, like, better. And to your point, where is that? Where did it go? Emily, there we go. All of those Netflix reality shows are so terrible, but somehow so addicting, in my opinion. You are correct. They are. Also, oh my God, you're gorgeous. Because I'm used to everybody having like animals or something like that too. Wow. Yeah. Like I sincerely love all of these shows. I do think that one, I couldn't they please get rid of Nick and Vanessa Lachey? Like I cannot stand them. I cannot stand them. I hate them as hosts. I hate them as hosts. They're just obnoxious. They're self-absorbed. They're always talking about their relationship. Girl, nobody cares that you had to drag Nick kicking and screaming into your marriage. Nobody cares. Vanessa, please stop telling us. Please. We get it. We all 100% understand that you had to, like, make Nick marry you, okay? It's really weird that she keeps bringing that up. She's like, "I mean, I wanted to get married and have babies." I basically had to break up with him and start dating other people. Please stop it. Ugh. Oh my god. Ugh. Nick and Vanessa are so attention deprived and deep in the indoctrination of marriage. It's wild to me. It's so and they don't ask enough follow-up questions. Like, they will literally be like, "So, Jackie, you and Josh, huh?" And she'll be like, "Yeah, we're together." And they'll be like, "Good. Anyway, on to the other couples." And everybody's just like, "Is that all we're gonna do?" I do not remember that clip. I do not remember Get Out of Here, Nick Lachey. You're undercover queer, cisgendered female married to a cisgendered male, but I'm pan. Listen, there is a creator out there who is like, listen, don't, and he's not the first one, but he's like out here being like, the gay men are going to marry the straight women because we're all tired of cis men. I was like, ouch, what a rough day. Not the latchkeys. I have not seen Psychology in Seattle. I think I've seen their channel, but I didn't watch it because I wanted to talk about it and I didn't want to talk about it through their sphere. I just I think, I probably won't do well at trying to watch The Ultimatum. I can try it, but like I'm always gonna have problems with it because I'm like, you're here, just break up. Just start it breaking up. Just start it ending the relationship. Just and I also really hate the setup of it. Excuse me. Like, I hate the setup is like, we're gonna swap couples because, like, what if you get there and you don't really want anybody there? Then you're just like hanging out as friends, and I would just be really pissed off because I'm not getting the experience then. Like, I'm just chilling. And I feel like that happened in the very first season. It did, and I was just like, why would I want to just like hang out and be friends? Like everybody else is mugging down, and sometimes somebody's going downtown, and I'm over here like basically with a plant. I don't think so. Like, that's not a good time. Yes, they really do. Um, I do feel like Netflix does platform at least one abuser per season. Cause like I 100%, I think, what is his name? 16 Leo did a really good video talking about like the Zenab and that guy situation. I love how I never remember men's names. I'm like, Zenab and that guy. Because that, if you go back and I can do a breakdown on that particular relationship, I will see if I can do it in video format, but I can't guarantee that. But like, ugh, I saw like one season and I saw part of the queer season, but it's just like I can't fathom like because that whole swaparoo situation, yes, like a house plant, like a house plant. I feel like to me it would be far more interesting if Netflix call me because I can fix this for you. Not now. Yeah, sure now. In order for the ultimatum to be good, instead of these people swapping with each other, what they should do is what like MTV used to do and like the like X on the Beach. Remember those shows where and remember that like what was it? Temptation Island. Do y'all remember that? Where they would literally bring your exact type to you. That's how the ultimatum should work. Marry or leave, right? Instead of like the person who issued the ultimatum doesn't, live some other magical life. It's the person who has received the ultimatum, okay? And you just like swap them. So or you can do them both, whatever, but you do like one part of the show is these people with their perfect person and you having to like see them with the perfect person, kind of like a mix of that and that one show Too Hot for whatever when they go on the date and they watch them on a date or whatever, Too Hot to Handle, and they're like, ugh, that. Ooh, yeah, it was not good. And you see it happens very specifically on the honeymoon, or the engagement moon, the engage moon. And it is when he is talking to other girl, and I don't remember her name for reasons, but he's talking to other girl because she was like pretty unproblematic or whatever, or maybe she wasn't. I don't remember, but she was unproblematic to their relationship. But they were chit chatting. He says, and a lot of people, again, this is my literal autism brain. He says, I like this girl is my physical match, and Zenab is my mental and emotional match. And I wish that there was some way that I could just like put them together, essentially. And people took that to mean that he didn't find Zenab attractive. And that is not what he said. He was simply stating a fact, which is like everybody has a physical type. That is the odd part about Love is Blind. Shake, that was that devil's name. So because he was right about the fact that love isn't blind. And like that is the thing. That is the rough part that people don't really like to talk about because everybody likes to be like everybody's beautiful and they are to somebody, but it's not to me. You know what I mean? Like, so thank you. I felt like he said that, but from that point, as soon as Zenab starts realizing that he's talking to her, she's kind of doing this like weird passive aggressive, like whiny sort of thing in the bed, when they're in the bed, and she's upset and she's needling him and really poking at him. And I think at some point she starts to realize, you can almost see it happen where she begins to realize how this is going to be seen. And from that moment forward, the man can A, never do anything right. And B, she twists everything back around on him like every single time. Every single time. Anything he says, she's and you're just sitting there like, wait, what just happened? How did this go? Yeah. The ultimatum show premise is so weird. Like they're setting you up in an emotionally manipulative, yes, a situation. You get bashed for not having your emotions perfectly in line. Yes. And that's why I don't like the relate like swapping around because I just feel like that's not good. I feel like the way that it would be interesting for us to watch, first of all, is seeing what would happen if you had your perfect match. If you had somebody, if they found somebody who fit your, you know, physical and visual things and your emotional things, and see if you would be more likely to want to be married to this person, or would you want to like understand that you need, because the whole point is that you need to figure out, do you want to be with this person or not? Is this who you see yourself with? The answer is no, but like is it, every time, they can say yes all they want, like, oh, nah, but they all break up because an ultimatum, truly, when it comes to a relationship, is that like when you are putting down ultimatums in your relationship, especially for marriage or moving further in your relationship, like, babes, it's time to go. Because even if they capitulate to what it is that you want, are you getting what you want? Like, even if they're like, yeah, I guess we'll get married, like, did they want to get married? Because if you've been needling them for 3 years and their options are marry you or lose you, and they don't want to lose you, did you really win if they married you begrudgingly? Ooh, we're making a good messy show. If the perfect match twist was a partner from another relationship. Yes. It was giving the "you're not that pretty" card from card guy from Twitter to me and my neurospicy brain. Like, I thought he still found Zanab incredibly attractive, but it just wasn't his type, right? Like, I've done that before where I've been, like, dating somebody and be like, if you had this and this, then you'd be great." Yeah, I just feel like if we wanna have a good messy time, Netflix, if you wanna have a messy time, then make it messy. Stop being all neat and clean. We came here for the mess and we deserve it, and you're not giving it to us. You're giving us these stale, boring ass bitches, and we've had enough. With that being said, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to scrounge up something to eat. Payday's tomorrow, so I'm gonna go scrounge up something to eat in my mostly threadbare kitchen because I am packing it up. It's almost completely packed at this point. This isn't. I haven't even started in this room. This is like going to be the last room that I do. But I will see y'all soonish. I'm afraid to schedule anything now because I feel like I'm always late or having to reschedule. Esta porque work work is I will put some ice on my lip. Thank you. That was a rough situation. Like, look at that. I'm gonna go to work tomorrow and they're gonna think I got like rough times. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Always remember to talk to your like as Cara from Beauty and the Princess, talk to yourself nice. Please don't like talk to yourself all messed up because that's not okay. Be kind to yourselves, all right? And make sure you eat something like I'm about to do. Bye.